top focus story for us midweek is, well, the intense heat wave. Everyone is talking about it and everyone is feeling it, especially if you are living anywhere in northern India. There are record-breaking minimum temperatures that have now made headlines. The big problem with this is that usually during even intense spells of heat wave, the temperatures do drop at night, allowing for cities and people to recover. But this time there's been no respite from the oppressive heat even at night, with multiple cities across northern India recording high temperatures even during the night spell. What's worse is that according to data, this has been the worst hot spell or the worst spell of heat wave, or the longest spell of heat wave rather, that has been recorded in the last 5 decades. So if you can see that on your screens, that is a graphic essentially that lists out the highest ever minimum temperatures recorded at night. In Alwar, the temperature was at 37 degrees at night, which is the highest since 1969. Lakhimpur Kheri in Uttar Pradesh has recorded a temperature of 33 degrees even at night. Same story for Shahjahanpur, Varanasi and even Delhi. All of these places are recording high night temperatures, which is further worsening the situation because the heat is not allowing to escape. So this, of course, has further compounded and made this heat wave not just a long one, but also an insufferable one, with the worst heat wave on record that has been recorded in the last 5 decades. This, of course, is now the big story that we are tracking. And in order to understand this phenomena on why daytime is unbearable, but the nights continue to remain unbearable too, and why there is no respite from heat in the night, we'll be joined by Mahesh Palawat, the Vice President of Met and Climate Change at Sky Met Weather. Thanks very much, Mahesh Palawat, for joining us. Before we get into the specifics of what the temperatures are, why they are so, and when we're likely to see any kind of respite, I want to ask you the question that is on everybody's mind. What explains the fact that there is absolutely no respite from the heat even at night? That is really the phenomena that has made this heat wave unbearable, as many would say.
See, now we have seen that this year, particularly in the month of later half of May and until now in the month of June, we have not seen any pre-monsoon activities, which usually occurs in an interval of say 1 week or so over northwest India, particularly Punjab, Haryana, North Rajasthan, Delhi, West Uttar Pradesh. And when temperatures start rising, the heat wave continues for 4 to 5 days. Then again, pre-monsoon activities cool down the temperature. This is the control mechanism of nature. But this year, we have not seen any weather activity. Western disturbances were very, very weak, and they failed to induce any cyclonic circulation over northwest India. And the humid winds, which usually blow from Bay of Bengal and sometimes from Arabian Sea, leading to increased moisture levels, and which subsequently leads to thunderstorm, dust storm, and light rain, has not taken place. And since last many days, we have seen the westerly hot winds from Sindh, Balochistan, and third edge of Rajasthan are blowing across Indo-Gangetic plains, right from Punjab, Haryana, North Rajasthan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, until up to Bihar, Jharkhand, North Chhattisgarh, and Odisha. So they are not allowing the temperature to cool down, and as the winds, hot winds are continuing during night time also, that's why the night temperatures are also very, very high. Yeah.
All right. So you're saying that because we've seen no pre-monsoon activity, the temperatures continue to remain high, and that there's been, of course, once again, no respite in the night. I also want to ask you, Mahesh Palawat, what's been on everybody's mind is the duration for which this hot spell or the heat wave spell has continued. This has perhaps been, if I'm not wrong, one of the longest heat spells that North India has seen. What explains that?
Yes, that is the longest spell after 2016. But this has surpassed the record of 2016 as well, because many parts of northwest India, central India, as well as eastern parts of the country have been witnessing this prolonged heat wave. So, reason is that the winds which are blowing continuous flow of westerly winds from arid region of Pakistan and Rajasthan, they are continuing. Their temperatures are very, very high. Initially, we have seen in the month of May, the temperature breaching the mark of 50 degree over Sindh, Balochistan, and parts of Rajasthan. So these hot winds are not allowing the temperature to cool down, and the lack of pre-monsoon activities, which usually occurs in the month of April and May with greater intensity over Northwest India. We have not seen any until now. Although there was a marginal respite in the first week of June and later half of May, but the prolonged, or you say the intermittent pre-monsoon activities are absent. That's why the temperatures are on rise. But we think that today and tomorrow there might be some pre-monsoon activities in the form of light rain, dust storm, thunderstorm over Northwest India, including Delhi, which may give short-term respite. Yeah.
Right. Speaking of respite, that was going to be my next question to you. We have, if we can put out those visuals on our screen, we're finally seeing some spell of rain in Mumbai. Can those of us living in North India expect some relief from this extreme heat anytime soon? What's the forecast looking like? Because according to the Met Department, if I'm not wrong, the heat wave was to abate slightly from today.
Yes, yes. Because cyclonic circulation has developed over Punjab and adjoining parts of Pakistan.
Okay.
And now humid winds from Arabian Sea are also feeding moisture. And a trough is also extending from Punjab to Haryana. That's why this combination of these weather systems may give a light to moderate rain over parts of Punjab, Haryana, North Rajasthan, and isolated over Delhi and NCR and western parts of Uttar Pradesh today and tomorrow. And it may be accompanied by dust storm and thunderstorm activities. So there will be a respite for next 2 days over these areas. And then again, the temperature will start rising. And by 27 and 28, we think that the monsoon rain, or you can say the precursor of monsoon rains, will approach these areas, and the temperature will start dipping. Yeah.
Right. My final question to you, you're saying that there is likely to be some respite in the next 48 hours, after which we'll again see a week-long spell of heat before finally there is some monsoon activity across these parts of northern India. I also want to ask you very quickly about, the extreme rainfall that we are seeing once again in the northeast, whether it's Sikkim or Assam. What we are seeing, Mahesh Palawat, and if you could just break this down for the benefit of our viewers, is extreme weather events, whether it's extreme heat in North India or whether it's extreme spells of rain in Northeast India. Is this the phenomena, and is this what we are going to have to live with as a result of climate change going forward?
Yes, we can attribute it to climate change because now air temperature across the globe are on rise. So when air temperature rises, then the capacity of air to hold moisture also increases. And this we have seen in the Northeast India. The humid winds from Bay of Bengal are continuously blowing and feeding moisture, and the air temperature is high. So it leads to a development of vertically developed cloud, that is cumulonimbus cloud, intense cloud. So like cloudburst and heavy to very heavy, extremely heavy rainfall is on cards. So it will continue for another 24, 48 hours. So from 21st onward, there will be respite over Northeast India. So all these extreme weather events can be connected to climate change. Yeah.
All right, extreme weather events, whether it's the extreme heat in North India or the extreme rainfall in the Northeast, all linked to climate change, oppressive heat at night that is making this summer absolutely unbearable. Unfortunately, there's respite in sight, but only for the next 2 days, after which there's going to be another spell of rising temperatures till we can finally perhaps see some relief towards the last 2 days of June and the beginning of July. Thanks very much, Mahesh Palawat, for joining us with that crucial information and, of course, some crucial explanation there as to what we are seeing as well. We'll continue to track the details of that story.